reporting was.
Yeah.
And how it all unfolded and the interview that she got and just really, really well done.
Like the raw recordings of her on the phone. It's really something
great.
else. And so if y'all get a chance, especially if you're stuck on the Devil's Blood Vessel I-95 for however many hours.
Too many.
Yeah, then it makes the time go by. So you were listening to that, and girl was listening to...
She was watching Gilmore Girls.
Well, good for her. There you
My
go.
dogs were passed out and passing gas.
So you stopped at Buc-ee's and got them all some biscuit. All right. There's only one place to go. We're talking about passing gas at Buc-ee's. It's time for Hillbilly Headlines.
Hey, y'all, this is Coach O. Since these two jokers, Marty and McGee, won't let me in their pickup truck, I'm going to have to do the next best thing. That's right. It's time for Hillbilly Headlines. Go Tigers.
We're going to start down there in the old Sunshine State, Leesburg, Florida. A Lake County man is accused of getting into a fight with a neighbor over dog feces.
Oh, well, there you go.
Trey Declote, I think, was arrested over the weekend in Leesburg by Lake County Sheriff's deputies. Deputies say Declote believed that his neighbor wasn't cleaning up after his dogs.
Well, hey, I have a grievance about that in my neighborhood right now.
Quote, I've complained about the dogs doo-dooing.
Okay, it says it in the story. It was written like that in the newspaper.
Indeed. In the yard, in my yard.
Yep.
I said something to this old lady about it. She said she would pick it up. 4 hours later, it was still there.
Yep.
I set it on the edge of the driveway right there, Declote told officers in body cam footage. The neighbor tells a different story. He says Declote opened the door to his home, shouted at him while holding the feces in his hand, and then threw it.
Oh.
Hitting him.
Oh, man.
That led to a physical fight.
I bet it did.
As the victim tried to get Declote off his property. Yeah. According to an arrest affidavit, Declote struck the victim in the head. Then Declote grabbed a scooter and lifted it over his head and threatened the victim.
Oh.
Deputies said Declote claimed that he and the neighbor had an understanding that they could enter each other's homes without knocking.
What?
And that when he went to talk to the neighbor about the issue, it was the neighbor who shoved Declote first, leading to the physical fight. Quote, I mean, he scratched my neck all the way up when he grabbed me. Then there's two sides to this story, Declote said on the body cam, growing agitated with the responding officers. Declote faces charges of burglary with battery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and simple battery.
What do you and I have an agreement that we can walk into each other's homes without knocking?
No.
Hey, I love you very much.
No.
You better knock on the door when you come to the house.
Don't do it. You might.
I don't know. I don't think
you might meet some friends of mine you don't want to meet.
My brother and my dad both live right by me. I don't think anybody should be walking to my house without knocking on the door. Erica, that's kind of it. That's
I've complained about the dogs bleeping in my yard.
No, this is the thing right now.
I said something to his old lady about it.
Man, you better tell your old lady to pick up that doo-doo. Well, I had a deal the other day, and she's listening. I don't care. All of a sudden in my yard, I'm starting to have large deposits. And it ain't for my dog that weighs 12 pounds. And so I was getting some out of the truck the other day on the passenger side of the truck in the driveway.
Stepped in some?
No, I looked, and there was the dog in my yard. And I look out there, and she was just standing out in the street talking on the phone. And I go, hey, you gonna pick this? Oh, I was gonna pick that up. I go, well, you haven't been picking it up. I mean, I was that guy. All I could think was, Awful Announcement is gonna write a story about Ryan McGee being like Mr. Declote.
In New Jersey, in Ocean City, all the yards they warn you about the impact of dog urine.
Yeah.
And there are little dog statues squatting like they're gonna do their business, and all it says is, no!
Hey, speaking of no, real quick, Florida man arrested doing 110 miles per hour. And he told the deputy it's because he was racing to catch his cheating girlfriend. The super speeder of law had this guy in handcuffs at 1 a.m. driving 110 in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. The deputy said, why are you driving so fast? And he replies, I'm on my way to catch my cheating girlfriend at my cheating girlfriend's house. And the answer was met with, he got arrested anyway. And he said, and at the end, he says, well, now I'm going to get bailed out by her. That's what he said to her. I kind of get that, man. Hey, here we are. Brand new Wilderness Lodge Studios for the next couple of weeks before we hit the road. Thanks to everybody that made this happen.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Have an awesome week.
Yeah. And pick up your doo-doo from the yard, y'all.
Pick up that dookie.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. While the Houston Astros are fighting for the top of the division, the Seattle Mariners are lurking a few games back, and they go head-to-head this weekend. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern, with first pitch at 7:20 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products August 14th through the 24th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
At the Medical University of South Carolina, our new cutting-edge cancer facility will turn groundbreaking into life-saving for patients in the PD. With the latest clinical trials and the strength of the Hollings Cancer Network, we ensure that every patient receives state-of-the-art care right here at home. Because at the Medical University of South Carolina, innovation is how we lead. Compassion is who we are.
Trust DPM Property Maintenance for professional landscape design and installs on new and existing properties, commercial and residential. From irrigation system installs and upgrades to stunning outdoor lighting and audio, DPM prioritizes quality over quantity. They never rush through a job, making sure it's done right the first time, every time. Call Tyler Davison today at 843-617-2038 for your free estimate. Find them on Facebook at Davison Property Maintenance, LLC. DPM Davison Property Maintenance, bringing your vision to life with trust and quality.
South Carolina listeners in the Midlands and the PD have saved thousands of dollars on products and services provided by local businesses at carolinasaves.com. 100% of every item on carolinasaves.com is at least 50% off. There's restaurants, health and beauty products, entertainment items, and so much more. It's worth it to check out the website and bookmark it on your device because new items are added every week. Every day, listeners save cash at carolinasaves.com. Go there now, carolinasaves.com.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Radio.
From the MUSC Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Studios, this is WOLH Florence, 96.3 ESPN Radio. Welcome to South Carolina's premier tailgate show, Game Day in the Carolinas, broadcasting from the spacious tailgate of the Community Broadcasters Complex on the PD's 96.3 FM, Sumter's WDXY 105.9 FM, and on Facebook Live. Join Matt and Woody on the tailgate by calling 843-407-5812. And now, your party hosts, Woody Fagan and Matt Jordan.
It's too hot to do a show. We're done. See you tomorrow. It's over. That's it. Show's over. It's too hot. It is Game Day in the Carolinas. I'm Matt. He's Woody. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And the phone number, yes, because the phones are working, 843-407-5812, 843-407-5812. 8:12 to get in this morning, because if you're in Skeeza, high school football started last night. We'll give you the Skeeza scores that we have.
Well, there's quite a few more in the independent. I mean, not independent, in public school than I anticipated.
Yep. Couple of jamborees last night. Now, there were a few that were canceled due to the heat. I think it was all Florence 1 schools got their jamborees canceled due to the heat, the wet bulb globe index. Everybody kind of moved theirs back one, some two.
Yeah.
Which in the South, it doesn't really make a difference.
I see some that on this schedule here from the scores I'm looking at were showing at 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure some of the later games started at 10.
They show some 7 o'clock games, and then there's some that show up at 8 o'clock, and then there's a 10:30. I'm like, gracious. They just waited around that long to play. Yeah, the Clinton Riverside scrimmage last night started at 10:30 p.m.
So we had high school football after dark last night.
Yeah. Swansea and Ridge Spring Monetta, they played at 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah. I mean, you would think if some of these jamborees were starting at 8 o'clock, some of the final games had to start at 10 o'clock, didn't they?
I would assume so, yeah.
Because you get 2 quarters, and you play from the 50, so it's half a field, but you get 2 quarters, and that's it. So, yeah, that's about right.
Well, for me, it would have been too far to drive. I mean, I had tickets to go to the Wilson that was canceled, the Wilson Jamboree, but, I was jonesing. I called up my buddy Rod, said, hey, you going anywhere? Do you know of any ones that are appealing to you? And I think the ones closest to him were all going to do kind of a, what would you call it, a modified format where they get the ball at the 50 and get to head toward their end zone, and that's how they scrimmage. They were going to do 2 of those, and that was going to be that. And, he's like, yeah, I need to see more than that. I'm like, well, I'm kind of with you. But I really wanted to see some football. I wouldn't have driven, down to Savannah or Portugal and Charleston to look at them play in Skeeza action last night, and I wouldn't have driven to Ridge Spring Monetta to see those guys start at 10 o'clock.
Right.
So, you're kind of stuck.
Just pulling in.
Yeah. You're really stuck. Now, Ridgeview and Northwestern played yesterday at 8, and I'm not reading a whole lot into that, but Northwestern really put it on Ridgeview.
Northwestern, yeah,
doing Northwestern things. So, don't know.
Well,
but then there's other teams like Clear Dot out of Columbia. Do you know who that is? That's a squad. They played Louisville, and Louisville beat them 20-0. But the name of the team is the Clear Dot Bats.
It's the Clear Dot Charter School.
Okay. Well, that's a new one to me. You had some of our folks out of Rock Hill playing folks from Monroe, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
We got a few that may have gone down the edge of Georgia, but there was one other team, too, I'd never heard of before. I mean, Lexington and Airport played.
Yep.
That was a 28-7 victory for Lexington. No surprise there. Lexington has really got it going on this year.
Yeah.
And, look for great things from them. I don't know about Airport. Airport used to be one of those teams that was always kind of fast track.
Yeah.
They'd have 1 or 2 players that really pull them through, and they'd have a good season, but they kind of fade out in the playoffs.
Yeah, not lately. They've been about 500 teams. So
yeah. But, yeah, there was just a handful of games last night. Again, Northside Christian and Greenwood Christian played. The Lippin Falcons, I'm assuming that's Ben Lippin, 42-0 over Spartanburg Christian.
Yep. Matter of fact, if you want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll give you the Skeeza scoreboard real quick. Here, Augusta Christian School defeats Greenwood Homeschool 48-7. You already mentioned Ben Lippin right there. They shut out Spartanburg Christian last night 42-0. Northside Christian over Greenwood Christian 21-20. Bethesda defeats Frederica Academy 55-7. Colleton Prep, looks like Colleton Prep might be back again this year. They took out Hilton Head Prep last night 50-6. And Asheville Christian Academy took out Spartanburg Day School 39-6. Porter Gowden St. Andrews did not play last night because of the heat.
Yeah.
So.
Clarendon Hall, small independent school out of Somerton, took on Cardinal Newman out of Columbia. Yeah, and that wound up being 12-6, game a little bit closer than I would have thought. Cardinal Newman's a much bigger school typically, so better look out for the Saints down there in Somerton this year. Of course, these are scrimmages, so, Greenville has a homeschool team that played last night against Augusta Christian.
Yeah, I gave that one 48-7. I mean,
that was the homeschool Hurricanes, man.
Homeschool Hurricanes, baby.
I like that.
But but you know what? At least they're playing in Skeeza.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll give them credit for that. I mean, at least they're playing in Skeeza. But don't worry, we're not going to have a 3-hour show about that.
Did you give the Camden Blythewood? I didn't.
I did not see the Camden Blythewood.
Camden Blythewood played last night at 7:00. Supposedly, of course, what the website's saying, Camden wins 7-0. Lexington beats Airport 28-7. North Augusta beat River Bluff 10-7. Daniel over easily 21-0. Chapin beat South Aiken 17-7.
Let's see here. I got Palmetto defeats 96 7-6.
Yeah. Dreer over Eau Claire 21-0.
Greenwood 15, Aiken 3.
Yep. Gilbert over Pelion 20-0.
Let's see what else is going on in the Low Country. I think we haven't given any Low Country.
There weren't any, I don't think.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to. But yeah, the Coach Steve Tannehill Kickoff Classic
canceled.
Yeah, we knew that was canceled. I think they canceled that on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, or Thursday. I think you gave the Ricky Campbell Jamboree in Chester, right?
No, I don't think I did. I don't know who all was participating in that one. So.
Oh, actually, we don't know because. Oh, you did because you asked about Lewis. You asked about Clear Dot.
Clear Dot was in that. I was not aware of that. You gave Clinton Riverside.
Yep.
Swansea, Rich Spring, Minetta. We talked about that. Yeah, there really weren't a handful. So, I mean, we don't have a lot to go on right now, really, to kind of give you a preseason pick 'em or how things are going to be looking. I mean, I saw a few. I think Conway played briefly last night as part of that 50-yard scrimmage. I saw a little bit of a highlight on the news last night, but not enough to really make an informed judgment. But so we're going to know what you guys know next week. We've seen some of the tape and talked to some people that have been to some of the camps. I know Coach Lorick is always good for a few quotes here and there. He's seen a few of these with his Shrine Bowl duties. But next week is going to be the week. There's no more week 0. I'm not even going to refer to it as that anymore. It's always been week 1. We've always hated that. Yeah. So I guess with that, we can give you a lineup for our area teams and who they're handling, who they're going to be seeing. I know I will be over at Wilson High School visiting some familiar friends over there. Coach McQueen, Derek McQueen, a good friend of mine, and AD. Hartsville travels over to take on the Tigers in their backyard. So that's where I will be. The Florence broadcast will be over at West Florence. West Florence will be hosting Carolina Forest, which ought to be an interesting game.
It's going to be a really good game, I think.
Yeah. South Florence puts on the traveling shoes, man. They head down 95 to go to Hilton Head. That's a nice a nice lengthy trip to take your first game of the year, but that's where they're headed. Darlington will head over to Lamar. Don't care what division you're from. You go in there, you better have all your long knives out and be ready to go because Lamar will be ready for you.
Pack that lunch pail, baby.
You better. Take good notes. The Silver Foxes don't play. Sumter heads over to Summerville. That's another one.
That's going to be fun. You can hear that on Z95, I believe, if you're in Sumter.
Yeah, they're getting another one. They're biting off a biggie. I think that's but we saw that from Coach Marlowe at South Florence. He did not shy away from competition. No. That's the way you make your team better. So what better way than to take on one of the hottest programs in the state?
Exactly.
Crestwood goes over to Manning. And Crestwood's going to be interesting, I think. They've got a tandem of backs over there, and they got a couple kids that have committed to D1.
Yep.
I think you'll see some interesting as long as they keep it together. They've got to play as a team. They hit their assignments. They do what they're supposed to do, and everybody hangs in there. Crestwood's another one of those schools that seems like if something bad happens, they want, like Wilson, they kind of want to fold the tent and go home. They've got to play through the adversity. Again, hit their assignments, do what they're supposed to do. Crestwood could be a formidable team this year.
They could be. I mean, they're in a decent region too.
Yeah. Lakewood heads over to Andrews. Don't know much about the Andrews program. They may be in a bit of a rebuild. Lakewood's absolutely in a rebuild. I mean, last season was tough for them, but when you've got the majority of your team poached by other area schools, what can you say?
Right.
Lakewood came to Hartsville last year. I got to see them play. I was impressed with Lakewood. They had a lot of youth on that team, but they have some talent. They moved the ball against Hartsville's defense, which was pretty good last year. Lakewood may have something. I mean, I don't sitting here going to tell you they're going to contend for the region or anything like that, but they're going to be a team that's going to be tough to beat. I don't think they walk in anywhere and just get rolled over. Hannah Pamplico is going to host the Panthers of Lake City.
Yep.
That ought to be a pretty good ball game, too.
How about this?
Yeah.
I want to interrupt you there.
Go right
How
ahead,
about
man.
this? This is a great story. Hemingway's back this year.
Thank goodness.
Yep. They got MacB open up their season.
Another track team playing football.
Yeah, not exactly the team I'd want to start with because, it's feast or famine with MacB. But the good news is they're going to be that Hemingway is going to be playing a full schedule this year.
Good.
So they have enough players to get on. Don't know how much longer they can hang on down there, but it's good to see Hemingway back.
Yeah, totally. And my good buddy Ken Cribb going over to Lakeview to take on the Gators. That will be an interesting contest, too. Lakeview's another one of those teams that is not a hit or miss team. They've been
good for a long time.
Yeah, they had a couple of down years a few years back. But, I mean, my earliest watching the high school football sports report after our games on Friday nights, you'd always see Lakeview vying for something.
Right.
They won a state championship back in the day. So they're a proud program, and that town, like Johnsonville, really rallies around their team. It's good to see Dillon gets the same type of love, from their community. In independent action, Florence Christian is hosting Dillon. That ought to be a pretty good ball game. Yep. It usually is. Trinity Collegiate is going to travel over to Marion County and take on PD Academy. That ought to be a pretty good contest as well. My alma mater, Carolina Academy, is going to travel over to Sumter and take on the Generals at Thomas Sumter Academy. Ought to be an interesting matchup. Wilson Hall is hosting Orangeburg Prep. Orangeburg Prep was
the Orangeburg Prep Indians.
They were the Williston and Wade Hampton Academies.
Yes.
Combined.
Right.
With the two of the largest schools in the state at the time, an independent school, went together and formed Orangeburg Prep. And when they did that, they became a menace. They were formidable. Hardly nobody could beat them. Their facilities were top notch. And in the last handful of years, they've fallen on a little bit of hard times. They're not playing as good a ball, but, hey, I'm not sure what exactly caused that. Orangeburg is not exactly shrinking. So, you just have to kind of wonder what's going on.
By the way, you can hear the Orangeburg Prep Indians on New Country, 105.3 The Cat in Orangeburg.
Yep. So, again, be a pretty good ball game. Wilson Hall is always a pretty strong team in Skeeza play, so they'll be out there competing. Last but not least, our Kings Academy. They're going to be hosting Community Christian Academy out of Martinez, Georgia. So they'll kick off their season at home next Friday night.
Yeah, 8-man football. If you've never been to 8-man football, believe me, it's fun.
I've played it. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Granted, you lose a couple people, but it's a much faster pace of football.
I've always been told it's like arena football outdoors.
You could call it that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're dropping an end or two is what you're basically losing.
Yeah.
And, but you can really spread things out. It's really speeding up an offense. You got more of you can still pound the ball and run it, but the typical way is to spread that defense out and try to throw the ball a little. So it's a lot more fun to watch to some degree.
There you go. I mean, you got your choices next week for high school football.
And what we ask folks is anybody in our listening audience, go out and support the teams, man. These kids play hard. They go out in all this heat and practice and do all the stuff they can. They put in a lot of hard work, and it doesn't cost much to go take in a ball game. $10, you'll blow $10 driving through the parking lot at Walmart. You don't have to get out of the car.
This is true.
Go to a high school game, sit in a seat, cheer for a team, even if you don't know who they are. Cheer for them. They're your local kids. They're your community. Buy a hot dog. It all supports the athletic booster clubs and all that with these schools. It helps these kids. I mean, they're our future. They're our future of our communities, and they deserve, to be shown some appreciation for the hard work they put in. Even in a losing effort, they deserve it.
Oh, absolutely.
So I would highly encourage everybody. And I mean, you can sit and listen to our games on the radio. I totally get it, because I've had that discussion with the AD over in Hartsville that we do such a good job with our broadcast that people will tend to stay home in the heat and listen to us rather than go to the game. I would encourage you to bring your little radio and your headset. If you want to listen to us, I'm fine with that.
I mean, every game's almost every game now is on a smartphone somewhere.
But go support your kids.
Yeah,
you know,
plug in your headphones and come to the game.
Just got a text from my friend Stevie Ray Cusack. He said, here's his fun fact. He actually played against Orangeburg Prep in their first game in 1986. That's how long ago that was. And he said, unfortunately, Hudgens wound up losing that ball game 27-7, and it was only 7-0 at the half. So, and that I can tell you this from practical experience, having played ball against Hudgens. Hudgens didn't lose many ball games. They were a good team. They were a bunch of big boys. They played hard. So you put two of the largest schools together, you're going to make a juggernaut for sure.
You're definitely going to do that.
But getting back to that, please support the kids. Go out and check one of these ball games out. Even if you don't have a kid there, if you're new to the area, man, there's nothing on a Friday night in Florence. It's much more fun than going out and watching these kids play. You got the band going. You got, of course, good hot dogs, sausage dogs, or whatever they're selling. And I know it's hot. It's going to be hot wherever you go.
Right.
Might as well go watch a football game for these high school kids.
Am I happy we're playing football in August? No.
I'm not.
I don't think any of us are. We could probably do an entire show on what's the point of even playing before Labor Day. But
we're trying to push everything we can in and have it done on a particular calendar schedule.
Right. But you know what it really is? You'll get the same people. You'll get people that'll go, well, you know, it's just as hot in September as it is in August.
Yeah.
But it's not as hot for as long as it is.
I agree.
September.
And listen, I saw a bunch of comments. I've heard people make some statements and all that. And while I was disappointed last night that they didn't play any of these games because I had tickets to go, wanted to go see was Jones and for some ball, was ready to go talk to some folks. I wanted to go over and see Coach Wilson. Absolutely wanted to try to speak to my coach over at Hartsville. But listen, the difference between what our superintendent has to make decision-wise and what you make sitting in your chair at home is a little word called responsibility.
Right.
It's easy to make a decision about, well, I would do this, I would do that. Yeah, you would because you have no personal responsibility for that. The responsibility, the buck stops with Superintendent O'Malley.
I was about to say.
He's responsible for every one of those kids.
I was about to say, you sitting in your chair in your air conditioning last night, you're not the one that's going to get sued.
Exactly.
If somebody has a heat stroke.
And on top of that, no one wants to see, and Dr. O'Malley's over several of the schools in the area, obviously. Every one of those kids, he's not a fan of any one school. He loves them all, and every one of those kids. And I can tell you this, he's taken a lot of heat for a lot of different things. Dr. O'Malley's a good man.
Yes.
And everything he's touched so far has pretty much turned to gold. I love what he's done with the stadiums here. I'm excited about the new aquatic center they're doing. The rest of y'all can complain all you want. Don't care. And I don't think you're going to hurt his feelings, and I don't think you're going to stop his resolve to make our school district one of the best in this, not just this state, but in the country.
Yeah.
And I'm all behind that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I love the fact that all three of the city schools are now on a bye the week of, fall break.
Yeah.
Because why? It's not even dragging the teachers back. Why drag the kids back?
Agreed.
For a Friday night game, during fall. Come on. Let the kids be kids.
We need the break too. I mean, quite honestly, I know I probably will. I plan to go travel and maybe go catch in another game somewhere else, but still.
I think we're going to be in Hannah Pamplico that week.
It just gets tiresome to read those remarks and see that. And, knowing the guy personally and knowing his level of devotion to his job and to the schools here in the area, it gets tiresome reading that
especially
stuff.
from all the rocket scientists and brain surgeons that are on Facebook, right?
Well, I even go to some of our radio broadcasts. I don't know what Chuck and James have seen in Florence, but I get some guff every now and then from folks in Hartsville or from Hartsville that listen to our broadcast and they don't like this or they don't like that. And I'm like, well, great. Go to the game. Don't sit at home and listen to a free broadcast.
Right.
Put your money where your mouth is. Go buy a ticket. Go watch the game in person. Go buy a hot dog. And if it's that bad that you can't stand listening to me on the radio, go watch it live.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you talk, people complain about things and have no skin in the game at all. None.
That's usually when people complain.
Exactly. So
that's definitely when people complain. But, we got a lot of show today. Not just high school football, but we got a lot of college football as well, because we are, 2 weeks away?
Yeah.
From college ball. Of course, we'll be at Darlington. We're going to be busy the next few weeks.
We complained about being a tailgate show and not being on the road. Well, we've picked up that mantle.
Careful what you wish for, because we're going to be in abundance.
Next week we'll be live at the PD Outdoor Classic over at the Florence Center. Coming up in a couple of weeks, we're going to be, of course, at Darlington. We'll be at tell us about the other, man. I see you got the banner pulled up.
We'll be at, now, like you said, next week we'll be at the PD Sportsman's Classic. Yep. The weekend after that, on the 29th, we will be over at the Brews and Q Festival that's going on at Carolina Bank Field. And then it's our big Darlington week. And we always have a show at Rivals right around the start of college football season. So it may be the next month we don't get to see this studio. Well, you don't, because my butt will be in here.
You never know. You never know. Might pull you out too, make you an honorary judge for Brews and Q.
Well, no, I mean, you don't get to see this studio, period, for about 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'm done.
For the next 10, 11 weeks, this is my house on Friday night.
Well, maybe,
because if we do what we're planning on doing, you guys are going to love our high school broadcasts this year, because I may just be graduating to doing a score, basically be doing Sports Center. I'll be doing a lot of scores from around the area.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to love what we have planned if it all comes together. That's the thing. It's all got to come together.
Yeah.
Might not be week one, but I'm telling you, by midseason, you're going to love our high school football broadcast this year. And we have not done this. They have been our studio sponsor for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
We have totally forgotten to do this. Big thank you to MUSC.
Yeah.
Who is now back as a title sponsor, or a studio sponsor. So,
yeah, I was looking for the banner, and we haven't got our banner up.
Yeah, the banner hasn't arrived yet, unfortunately. But it will. It'll be here in the next couple. By the time we get back in the studio.
Yeah.
We get to Marty McGee it for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
it's going to be different.
One of us is going to have a headset that's too loud, and the other one's going to be about 300 feet back away, but you can hear the squeaky door in the background. I'm so glad they got some WD-40 for that door.
Yeah, the other one will be dealing with people in public trying to run up and talk to you while you're trying to broadcast, and they're making hand gestures and faces at you, and
we'll make faces
distracting.
Back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You might not like what you see, but
Yeah, I'll be distracted by all that food out there with the Brews and Q. That sounds like that's going to be a fantastic lineup.
There's a chicken,
share with them that a little bit, what they're doing.
There's a chicken bog off.
Yeah.
There's a barbecue competition.
That's hard. That's just a horrible Saturday, man.
I'm
chicken bog and barbecue.
Here I am in the middle of trying to lose weight.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be out at the field where they play with the
Carolina Bank Field over there for the Flamingos. Not to mention, I think some of the maybe some of the game day Saturdays for the Ice Cats. We're not making any promises yet.
Yeah,
we might be out and about.
Yeah, we've been talking about a tailgate show of some sort before games, a pregame tailgate. We'll see.
We might be able to pull something like that off. But it's Sam Carabas Solutions. Carbis. Thank you. Sam Carbis Solutions is the main sponsor of this. The Jeb Mack Band will be on Friday night. And your mama's brother, Uncle Buddha. Going to be out there on Saturday. So by the way, you've never experienced when me and Buddha are live.
No, I haven't.
Simultaneously.
I have honestly never worked with you and Buddha at the same time.
It's going to be a riot. I'll tell you that much right now.
Well, I'd go a step further. I don't think I've always heard Buddha. I've heard him on the radio, know his name, know his face, but I finally met him for the first time about 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
I'd never even, been in the same room with him. So it ought to be a lot of fun on Saturday. We'll start out there, of course, in our normal time.
Yep.
I know Jason Fox will be around too. He's going to probably want to jump on the air with us for a few minutes. Talk Virginia football.
Yeah, I was trying to find out what time it started on Saturday, but it's not on the flyer.
It don't matter if you'll be able to smell the food. Just follow your nose, and I know they're going to be out there at least by 10 a.m. I mean, those that are barbecuing for sure. And
God,
know
they'll be
how
out there.
I was
about to say, they'll probably have started the night before.
Well, we did that chicken bog cook-off a few years back, and those guys were out there early in the morning. They've got their secret recipes and all that stuff going.
Yeah, they start at 10 o'clock on that Saturday.
So that's perfect.
Friday, it will be, they don't say what time it starts on Friday. But it is, by the way, free admission.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything. I'm pretty sure not everything there will be free. So you wanna bring some money.
If I were smart, I'd make sure they had an armband that you could buy where you can sample some of everything.
Oh yeah,
just go around to every one of them.
I just realized something. That Friday night, that's August the 28th. That's going to be a busy night in Florence because you got high school football.
Yep.
We'll be in week 2. Florence After 5 going on that night with the Connection Band, by the way. And we got the Brews and Q Festival going on.
Well, if memory serves, West Florence will travel to Hartsville that week.
Yep.
And play Friday night. And I think Coach Rod Lorick will be in the booth with me doing some
And
play-by-play.
I do believe, of course, my smart behind had to take it off. That's the one I hit the X on. Yeah, we'll be in Darlington for North Myrtle Beach and Darlington.
Okay. So yeah, we'll all be right around one another there. I'd see if I can get Rod to come over and we'll go in and eat some barbecue or something.
Yeah, we're actually going to be in Darlington 2 straight weeks, believe it or not. Because, yes, we are going to be in the same place.
I'm impressed.
You like that, huh?
Matt puts together, he doesn't just write down or type up. This thing's got boxes and headings on it and colors.
You notice the highlighted game.
Yeah,
right?
He's got highlighted games for Game of the Week schedules.
I did this for sales. So I know I know Jason's probably listening. I did that for sales, denoting where all the city rivalry games are.
Gotcha.
Because if you are looking for advertising, you're definitely going to want to do that night when we have the city rivalry games on the radio. 843-678-9393, by the way. You can ask for any sales rep.
Look at you.
I want 5%.
Matt's got it together today,
I want 5%. I'm talking to all the sales reps right now.
Man.
If you get a phone call next week, 5%.
I am not worthy. Golly. That's a nice-looking schedule, folks, he's put together over here on his computer. I'm impressed.
I can do that for you, too, if you want me to.
Man.
It looks nice. And
yeah. You may have to email me a copy so I can talk it up.
Thanks, Claude.
Claude, I have to build my own. I don't lean on Claude to do any of that.
I lean on Claude for a lot of stuff, so yeah. If it ain't Claude, it's Gemini. I don't trust any of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Especially ChatGPT.
I like Chat and I like Grok. I have no problems either one of those.
Not trust.
But I haven't asked them to do any of that stuff for me.
Yeah. Heck, I even got my own weekday show prep service now. I'm telling you, I make my own stuff, man.
And my head's starting to spin now. Look at you.
So that's why I'm going into business for myself.
Look at you.
Right there. Yeah, I'm going to go into copywriting, I think. So if you're looking for copywriting services, please call Hot Clock Solutions today. Or Hot Clock Media today. I'm getting the name of my own business wrong. Good grief.
Oh, what's that? Shameless plug.
Yeah.
I think it was the
you got
full ride show when Childers starts plugging his own stuff. They play Shameless. I'm shameless.
I am shameless, baby. I am.
Rick
totally
Neuheisel tells her to hit the button, and she starts playing Shameless anytime he plugs an appearance where he's going to be.
Crazy. I think that's what I need to start doing.
We just play Crazy.
Play Crazy by Patsy Cline in the background. All right.
Why not?
We got a ton more coming up. Stay tuned.
When it comes to commercial real estate of the PD, local experience matters. PLC Commercial is a locally owned firm specializing in brokerage, leasing, property management, and development. We help business owners find the right space and investors make confident decisions. Whether you're expanding, relocating, or investing, trust the team that knows the PD. Visit plccommercial.com or call 843-702-9685. PLC Commercial. This isn't just our market, it's home.
Hey Hey, I'm Mary Gail Zach with Mr. Sparky. For years, families have watched my brother and I grow up, but I wasn't just growing up in the commercials, I was growing up in the family business.
After all these years, I'm proud to say some things haven't changed. Family still comes first.
Integrity and providing excellent service is non-negotiable.
We will always bring that same family commitment to our client. Call us or book online today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best-known and best-loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime. When you take the family on a vacation getaway, the last thing you need is a problem with your car. Bring it into Tim's Auto Pro before you go. Their certified technicians can repair your air conditioner, heater, and brakes for a cool and safe trip. Tim's Auto Pro will also replace those worn-out tires and do that front-end work you've been putting off. Bring your car, truck, or van into Tim's Auto Pro. From preventative maintenance to full auto repair, the only place you need to know is Tim's Auto Pro, 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dalzell. Online at timsautopro.com.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, we drink all we can and sell the rest.
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That is simple human sense. Call me, Sarah Knight Nally, at CRW Insurance, 803-775-1168 if auto owners make sense for you.
Voted most likely to annoy. Game Day in the Carolinas.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, feel the locomotion. I know
Yeah, we got Blue Grand Funk Railroad. Why not? Saturday morning.
That was not what I expected the change to be. You were over there fiddling with the keyboard saying you were going to change the music. I thought it was going to be something different.
I was going to change the music for something fun.
Okay.
I want people, be dancey here on a Saturday morning. Why not?
Yeah.
Have people do the locomotion. I mean, were you expecting the Miami Sound Machine?
Well, I hope not. I can't stand that. Gracious. I'd rather just not listen to music.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know some people out there like Gloria Stefan. Nothing against her personally, just don't care for the music.
Oh, come on, baby, do that conga.
No, please don't.
It's Game Day in the Carolinas. Matt and Woody with you here, and I want to jump to this real quick because I think some of this is a cop out. The Athletic has the most intriguing newcomer for all 68 Power 4 conference teams. Don't worry, we're not going to go over everybody. But both Clemson and South Carolina It's their offensive coordinator. Not a player. The offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Kind of a cop-out, isn't it?
Probably, but I mean, there's more factors in there than that. But I don't know, though. Last year, the offensive coordinator played a huge role in the dumpster fire that was South Carolina season.
And the dumpster fire that was Clemson season, too.
Not so much all of it I would put on the offensive coordinator at Clemson, but definitely at South Carolina.
But the reason why I brought it up was I feel like Dabo is kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. He stays inside the family for so many years. The offense is good, right? He goes outside the family, and it don't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of working on the defensive side. I think Tom Allen has steadied the defense a little bit. But I feel like if Dabo doesn't get this right, if Chad Morris's offense doesn't work, I mean, where do you go? You go outside the family, and everybody's like, go back inside the family.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Well, you're waiting for the next new innovation and the next new wrinkle, and we've seen that. I mean, you went from, power, I-type football,
right?
Line up 3 yards in a cloud of dust to, you've seen everything from aerial attack, air raid offenses. You got run and shoot offenses. You've had pro set type offense.
RPO being the big thing now.
RPO, spread. They're waiting for the next big thing. And to be honest with you, I don't think any of it's anything really new. Most of this stuff is recycled from an older type offense that may have been run a long time ago.
What was it? Remember the Wildcat was big?
Wildcat was big for a while.
And the Wildcat was something from the 1950s.
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing. It always amazes me how it would always work,
Yes.
When there's only one or two options. He's either going to run it or he's going to pass it.
Right.
And most of the time, he isn't going to pass it.
No.
You just have to take into account the one extra hat, that you got to block.
It ain't the quarterback that's got the ball.
No.
That's the problem.
You just put it in the hands of your best athlete, typically, and that's where you win.
But then you move it to South Carolina, and
they still couldn't run that right.
Yeah, no, they still couldn't run that right because they don't have an offensive line. And you got Kendall Briles coming in. You got a new offensive line. See, I would have picked the offensive line coach to be the most intriguing newcomer at South Carolina because that seems to be consistently, since the Spurrier days, the biggest weakness of South Carolina is that offensive line.
Well, it does come down to recruiting and what you're bringing in. Now we've got recruiting in a combination, of course, transfer portal / NIL.
Right.
But even in Spurrier's time, when they had trouble with the line, they were doing a lot of linemen by committee. So you'd flip-flop, a guy go from right guard to left tackle or vice versa. You didn't know where you were playing, but it always seemed to work. They were still able to block, and that's because of good recruiting. They had good players in place that could do that. When you don't have good players that can make that adjustment, you get last season.
Yes.
So,
yes,
and then
you do.
Lose one or two keynotes or key players to injury. Oh, boy, did you just add chicken grease to the dumpster fire?
No, you're absolutely right, because that's the other thing that South Carolina has traditionally struggled with, and that's depth.
Yep. Every time.
They're about as deep as a Gang of Five school.
Yep.
Or I guess now a Gang of Six.
You were starting to see some depth when Spurrier was there.
Yeah. Well, that was the difference,
it just went away. Yeah.
Dabo talks about that all the time. You want 50-50 guys. You don't want 70-30 guys. You want 50-50 guys.
Well, back when Dabo and them were really just kicking tail, South Carolina's and competing for national titles, he was a lot like the same lineup with Alabama. You could roll 4 or 5 linemen out and roll 4 or 5 new clean ones that has got their breath and had a rest in and not miss a beat.
Right.
Clemson could do that. They could do that on offense and defense at one time, just like Alabama, just like any of the other teams. And South Carolina's never had that option. You could replace 1 or 2 guys when they tap out. That was it.
Yep.
And then you were worried the whole time that your best player was out off the field and gone, because of what you'd stuck in there in his place. So, yeah, depth kills you if you don't have it.
And I think that's going to be one of the things. I know that's one of the things Clemson has struggled with in the last couple of years too. I know that they've had a lot of problems with the offense.
Clemson's got talent. Clemson's struggle to me has been consistency. Consistency at quarterback. 1 minute your guy looks like a world beater, and the next minute he looks like a redshirt freshman trying to start in a big boy ball game, and lack of decisions. And by the way,
look good last
just for
night.
the record.
Yeah,
I know he caught a lot of crap at Clemson. Cade Klubnik looked really good in his efforts last night starting for the Jets. I was impressed.
That's what he needs. He needs a coach that's going to sit there and go, stop thinking.
He threw some nice passes. He made some good decisions. He looked sharp.
I think that is Cade Klubnik's biggest problem. He thinks.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't do, because, you go back to his freshman year when he was the starter. He took over for Trevor Lawrence after Lawrence left. You play that game against Florida State, and he admitted, hey, I called an audible. I didn't like what I saw. I changed the play.
Yep.
That lost him the game.
Yep.
He did the same thing against Miami. Lost him the game. And I think Cade Klubnik is one of those guys, as long as he doesn't have to use his brain, he's going to be fine.
Well, I think last year in game situation plays where he had, audibled out or changed that play, he took the ball out of his own hands and gave it to someone else.
Yes.
Whereas Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, all those guys wanted to be the man to make that play. Now, speaking of those three, it's kind of interesting how you've got three Clemson quarterbacks this season, or former Clemson quarterbacks in the NFL, that are going to have kind of intersecting seasons. You got Cade Klubnik, a newcomer to the Jets. He's going to make the team.
Who's probably going to, depending on Geno Smith's ankle injury, maybe the starter week 1.
And he's going to make the team regardless whether Geno's back or not. He's on. Yeah. And he
Geno's
looked good.
back. He
can continue that. So where's he going to go? His trajectory, looks up right now. Then you got a Trevor Lawrence. You're on an interesting season this year because this is kind of a make or break. It's put up or shut up time, I think, for him. And are you going to perform? Are you going to lead this team to the next level? Or are you going to be on the trading block to go somewhere else? And maybe the other place is the place that he needs to be. We saw that with Phillip Rivers. We've seen that with a host of other quarterbacks through the years.
Just about every starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Or the Carolina Panthers.
And then you got an old familiar name, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's back.
What's he going to do? Is
he going to lose his job to Shedeur Sanders?
He hasn't seen real action in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And all accounts, he looks good.
And that's the thing. That's been one of the big storylines coming out of Cleveland is Deshaun is going to strangle this team with that big contract that they signed him to. By the way, he didn't make him sign that contract.
No.
But is he going to be the world's most expensive backup? That's going to be the question, I think, coming out of Cleveland this year. Is he going to be the NFL's most expensive backup quarterback?
Yeah. Well,
to a Sanders.
So, intriguing players. Obviously, I think the offensive coordinator is going to be that. Now, South Carolina did have to replace a lot. Interior linemen defensively, they did. But it's still no excuse. I don't want to hear what you had to replace. Other teams had the similar issues.
This is a make or break. We say make or break. This year will determine the employment status of Shane Beamer.
Without a doubt.
But I will say this. I think if South Carolina can turn it around this year, the way Beamer has been recruiting, I think he might be there 10 years if he can get it turned around this year. We're going into what, year 5?
Yeah.
So, I think he'll translate that into 5 more now. There's going to come a point where if he turns it to 8-4 ain't going to be enough.
Well, yeah, I think you're getting a lot of it will be the appearance test too.
Right.
As far as how do they look in the losses? How do they look in the wins? Because, there's a few wins you get out there that you can honestly say, okay, the ball hadn't quite bounced that way. We got our ears, we got beat down.
Mm-hmm.
We just got lucky to get out of there alive.
Right.
The quality of the win, not just the team you're playing, but how'd you look.
Yeah, not as long as those games aren't against Middle Tennessee State.
Exactly. Because you've seen them early on in some seasons, and I've seen them during, past seasons where they play a Coastal, a Citadel, or somebody in that,
they just
Toledo.
don't take the game seriously.
No, and they look terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it's a win, or you got to play come from behind.
Right.
You know, intercept a pass late in the game to seal a win against like a Central Michigan team that was driving against you in the fourth quarter, you know, to take the score to try to win it. And you luckily get an interception. And it's the quality of the win and the eye test is going to be the big thing. How do they look? Did they look crisp? They look organized? They look efficient? And that's kind of the new style of football. And if you haven't noticed it, there's a really good article on ESPN this week about how the college game is changing. And you may not be noticing it yet, but it is happening, and it has changed. This tempo thing we heard is going away.
It is.
You're going to see longer possessions with these teams. It's going to start mimicking the NFL game a lot, except in the areas of like fourth down conversions, because fourth down conversion plays are going to go up. I think you're going to see in shorter yardage, you're going to see more teams in college football going for it on fourth down. We already saw an increased amount of time per drive last year. I think, let me see what that number was.
And I don't think this has anything to do with teams that fake injuries to slow things down.
No, it won't be that
it's
at
just
all.
cyclical.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go to hockey for that. I mean, we had this thing called the neutral zone trap for so many years. Now, granted, it took a rule change basically to stop it.
Yeah.
But
it said the FBS teams averaged 2.24 points per drive. That's the most in the last decade. But overall, scoring was down 8% since 2016. It went from 28.4 offensive points per game to 26.2. And that's because teams are averaging about 7% more time in between plays and 11% fewer drives per game. So in order to make those points count and those drives count, you're going to run more plays, you're going to go for it more on fourth down, and you're going to hold on to more timeouts. As the game draws closer, having timeouts are non-negotiable. You've got to keep those in your pocket, and this is coming from the head coaches. So if you've got 12 men on the field, you're going to take the penalty. You're not going to blow a timeout because you got too many men on the field.
Right.
So the game's going to slow down to a degree, and it's the tempo era's down. It's in 2015 you saw 25.1 seconds per play. Last year it was almost 27 seconds. And believe me, it doesn't seem like much, but the extra 2 to 3 seconds do mean a lot because that translates to how many plays you're able to call per game.
Right.
So in 16 or 15, they were doing 71 and a half plays per game. Last year they were averaging 67.
And that to me is kind of the whole thing, because I think you went into the tempo era thinking, okay, if you run 100 plays a game, you're going to tire out the defense.
Mm-hmm.
They keep forgetting you're also going to tire out the offense.
Well, yeah.
And then what do you do if it ain't working? You know, it's 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
The tempo only works as long as you're ahead of the chains. You can't exactly push the clock if the last play netted you a 3-yard loss.
Exactly.
You know, you've got to be moving the football. And if you're not moving forward, you can't run that tempo.
Right. And we've seen, and like I said, how many times have we seen the attempts at tempo fail?
Mm-hmm.
Because
you saw more mistakes.
Yep.
Because people forget that.
And I think that's, and you're also thinking, you also got to think about it this way too. You say an extra, 2 minutes of possession now? 3 minutes,
least,
almost 3 minutes of possession. You know what that also is? That's more time behind center or in shotgun to read the defense.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people actually understand that extra 1 or 2 seconds, especially for the quarterback, is absolutely the way to go.
And that is more the NFL style. You see the NFL quarterbacks come up. They don't really go under center anymore at all. They all stand back there and they read the lanes and see where the defenders are, and they call their player, make their adjustment.
The pistol or the shotgun, yeah.
And then that's what makes that position at quarterback even more key now.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But, yeah, I would say offensive coordinator is still a big, big question at South Carolina. Can Kendall Briles come in? I mean, you already see an article saying they're going to make it easier, let him be more of Lenora Sellers, which puts, I think, more pressure on him too. I also wouldn't want him to be taking more shots than he needs to take by, getting out there and running the ball too much and trying to do too much.
That's the one thing I didn't get with the anonymous NFL scout, that he said, well, everybody got high on Lenoris because they saw what he can do outside of the pocket, but then really soured on him inside the pocket. And I read that line and I kept thinking, wait a minute. He had time inside the pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the big thing last year, I think, for South Carolina. Because, again, I go back to that article that The Athletic wrote on what's wrong with Lenora Sellers, and they answered the question in the videos. I mean, when your quarterback is literally turning around from the drop, and there's already a defender in his face, that's a problem.
Yeah. Well, you're going to still see some teams run some tempo stuff when you've got good matchups here and there. I mean, guys like Kiffin, they're not going to turn away from that. I mean, you're going to see that. But, a guy like
I think Clemson may still run tempo this year.
And who could blame them? South Carolina probably will run some tempo as well. Heupel likes to run it. Jeff Lebby at Mississippi State, he likes to run it. I think they said also, too, Auburn's Alex Golish last year at South Florida, they were second nationally in seconds per play, 21.8 seconds per play. They were running one. I mean, their play clock had not even expired, and that's from the time you spot the ball, get over the ball, snap the ball.
Right.
That's impressive.
That's actually impressive because what is it? When you only see the clock when there's 8 seconds left, and then they put the clock at the bottom. You never would see that with Central Florida.
So when you got matchup opportunities, fit or whatever you want to call it, when you have the matchup opportunities, you're still going to see some of that. You're going to see some players or some teams run a little tempo because they figure the more plays you run, the better chances you have to score.
Yep.
And while I get that, you got a defense over there too, though, that needs to have a break. If you've got you again got that depth and you can substitute, that's great. But not everybody has that.
I think that's the main reason why we're shying away from tempo. Is a lot of coaches suddenly remembered, oh wait, those guys on defense need a rest.
Mm-hmm.
You're only as good as what is it? Your best defense is your offense.
Yeah. In a lot of cases, you've got that.
Yeah, and especially if you're playing a team that is on paper better than you.
Yep. But you're going to see we've already seen an increase in fourth down conversion percentages and their go rate. So it'll be interesting to see. I like to see the guys go for it on fourth down, especially if it's fairly tight. Nothing kills me more than to see a team that will have fourth and short, a fourth and one, and immediately put the punt team on the field. But it's also equally annoying to see a ball inside the 1 or 2 yard line, and you're lined up to try to punch it in, and your quarterback's in 8 to 10 yard deep drop back, ready for a snap. So you're starting 10 yards behind to try to get 2, and it never made sense to me. You've been running that shotgun all game.
Yeah.
Why not go under center? You need to do at least one, but I just don't believe in starting 10 yards behind to try to get 1 yard. To get 11, basically.
Yeah. You're right. You're trying to get 11, and it's just.
Everybody knows what you're going to do.
Not quite the tush push, but which I think now is illegal everywhere. But I just remember that back in the day. When I was a kid, back in my day.
Yeah.
You got the goal line. You got it inside the 5. You didn't see a lot of teams pass. You didn't see a lot of you always saw the quarterback under center. Maybe hand it off to the running back. Maybe hand it off to the fullback because you know how much we love fat guy touchdowns around here. Or take it himself. Rarely. You were using the wide receivers basically as blockers at that point.
Yeah, it was always frustrating to watch a team run the ball down the field. And then they get inside the 5 and they start chunking little short passes and timing routes to the corner. I'm like, what
are you doing?
And vice versa. And it's the offensive coordinators that are doing this. They get into a rhythm and they start calling these nice passes, and then all of a sudden they clam up. And they can't. They're scared to continue on. They forget what got them there.
The field shortens, and you're just,
Yeah.
That's honestly how they go.
So it's going to be interesting to see. There are going to be some changes you're going to see. You may not notice them everywhere, but I promise you will see them if you're paying attention because and they're using the new favorite word, and you're probably going to hear them talking about a lot of it this summer or this season, is the sequencing. So
sequencing. Speaking of sequencing, the sequencing after this show is Carolina Panthers football. They have a preseason game today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I saw there's 3 or 4 games on board today.
And it's going to be right after we get off the air. So can't wait for that. It is game day in the Carolinas. We are live this morning. Matt and Woody here. You can call in 843-407-5812. I was about to give out my cell phone number again on the air. We can't. Oh, boy. I can't remember it anywhere else except for when I'm about to give out the phone number on this show. Now, ask me that in the grocery store, see what happens.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you where I lived. All right. Back in a moment.
We all count on our smartphones in so many ways these days, from keeping in touch with our friends and family to finding our way around town. With FTC as your wireless provider, you'll enjoy the area's best coverage and fastest data speeds, great plan choices for every budget, and a stellar selection of phones and tablets from Apple, Samsung, and Google. Because at FTC, we get you and your wireless needs. To learn more, visit ftcwireless.com or call 888-218-5050.
Are you tired of hearing strange noises coming from your car? Do you need to get your vehicle serviced but don't have time to do it yourself? Look no further than Tim's Auto Pro. Their highly skilled, certified technicians have years of experience and are equipped with the latest tools to get your car running like new again. They offer a variety of services, from routine maintenance to major repairs, at competitive prices. Don't let car problems stress you out any longer. Tim's Auto Pro, the only place to go. 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dazzell, or online at timsautopro.com.
Every day, we see heroes who walk among us. They don't ask for praise. They don't seek the spotlight. They served our country, defended our freedoms, and came home to build our communities. Wake Up Carolina, in partnership with MPD Electric and Pepsi of Florence, is shining that spotlight where it belongs. With Honor a Vet. If you know a local veteran, tell us their story. Go now to honoravetsc.com. That's honoravetsc.com. Each week, we'll select a veteran to join us in the studio on Wake Up Carolina. Share their journey, their courage, their laughs, and present them with special gifts from our sponsors, including a gift bag from Pepsi of Florence. So nominate a hometown hero today at honoravetsc.com. Take 60 seconds, make a lifetime memory for a special vet. And from all of us at Community Broadcasters, together with our title sponsors, MPD Electric and Pepsi of Florence, thank you for your service and for the freedoms we cherish. Honor a Vet. Nominate now at honoravetsc.com. Imagine delighting your event's guest senses with unique, tantalizing food. That's what PD Catering can do for your event. With mouth-watering meal options, they offer exceptional service, unforgettable food, affordable prices for any occasion. PD Catering offers more fresh meal combinations than you ever thought possible. From prime rib dinners, steak and lobster, to sausage or chicken biscuits, pancakes or waffles, cold-cut sandwiches, salads, barbecue, and many other entrees. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner covered. Whether it's a office party, a wedding, or business meeting, their desire is to perfectly and affordably satisfy customers' needs for any occasion, from any party sizes of 20 to 1,000. You can trust PD Catering for exceptional service and exceptional food. Contact Tammy Hicks at 843-519-1036 or at pdcatering.com for contact information and their great customer reviews. Once again, contact Tammy Hicks at 843-519-1036 or at pdcatering.com.
Calling all Mount Pleasant High School Rattlers. Get ready for the MPHS Alumni Reunion Tailgate, Saturday, September 5th, 2026 at River's Edge on Back Swamp Road in Lynchburg. General admission is just $10 per person, and class tailgate spots are $150 per class. Remember, individual admission is not included with the class tailgate fee. Submit payments through Cash App to #Mount Pleasant High and include your name and class year. Come reunite, represent, and tailgate.
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your portfolio portfolio and make informed decisions that drive your success. Time is your most valuable asset, and we're here to help you make the most of it. Let us be your guide on the path to financial growth and stability. Visit us at Daniel Wealth Management on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, or call us at 803-774-3121 and schedule an appointment to start your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Daniel Wealth Management, your partner in growth, your partner in success.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Azaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
In the heart of South Carolina, where the spirit of celebration thrives, there's a place unlike any other. Mickey Finn's your one-stop party destination with 3 locations, Cashua Drive, Pamplico Highway, and their huge beverage warehouse on Dr. Johnny Bruce Road next to Buc-ee's. Step into a world of endless possibilities where the shelves are filled with the largest selection of beer, wine, and liquor, each bottle carrying its own story of flavor and enjoyment. Sign up today for Mickey Finn's customer rewards. Mickey Finn says, "We drink all we can and sell the rest."
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in years? That's why it's so easy to contact a local auto owner's agent to make insurance buying easy. That's simple human sense. Give me, Terry Richburg, a call at 803-775-1168 and ask if auto owners make sense for you.
South Carolina listeners from the Midlands and the PD have saved thousands of dollars on products and services provided by local businesses at carolinasaves.com. 100% of every item on carolinasaves.com is at least 50% off. There's restaurants, health and beauty products, entertainment items, and so much more. It's worth it to check out the website and bookmark it on your device because new items are added every week. Every day, listeners save cash at carolinasaves.com. Go there now, carolinasaves.com.
WOLH Florence and WDXY Sumter. It's game day in the Carolinas.
See, we can play the country music too. It's game day in the Carolinas. Matt and Woody with you here as we cross 11 o'clock. 843-407-5812. That is the number to call in. 843-407-5812. As phone lines should start waking up here a couple weeks to go for
you'd have thought
college football. We got a few days now. Days. We can actually say it.
Yeah. It's literally days. It's
6
crazy.
days away from high school football kicking off properly in this state where the week doesn't end in 0. All right. As we move into the second hour, I kind of wanted to talk about this for a minute.
Go right ahead.
Because like AI, NIL is here to stay, and we might as well just grin and bear it, right?
Right.
So if I asked you per position, how much does each player cost? You are a college football general manager. You're now trying to put together a team, because that is primarily your job, is to figure out how much money you need to raise so you can get the best players, right?
Well, I guess that's it. I think a lot of it's going to be the name that comes with them, what they bring in from their previous experience or where they're currently playing. Because I think it's going to vary. I mean, I think it's going to start at 6 figures and go up higher. I mean, we're talking.
Yeah, I mean, there's some positions that are going to get 5, but they barely see the field. But if I was to ask, what do you think the average NIL contract for a quarterback is this season?
I got no idea, because you've seen so many different stories out there about this one's getting $8 million, that one's getting $5 million. So you just have to tell me. I'm not even going to try to guess.
Lenoris gets what?
You got what? 3 to 4?
3 to 4? Well, he's at the high end.
Yeah, probably
1 to 3.
He's not the highest.
No, he's not the highest by far. Darian Mensah allegedly was going to get $8 million from Miami before Duke stepped in and said, you owe us some money.
Yeah.
Well,
Sam Levitt
got 4.
4 to 5 million.
Yeah, Josh Hoover and Drew Mestamaker ain't that far behind, and Lenore Sellers and the quarterback at Cal, who I'm not even going to attempt to name, is right up there at the top.
Sagapulatele.
Sagapulatele. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, that's basically, $1 to $3 million is what you're going to look at here for a Power 4 quarterback. And that's after factoring in guys like Arch Manning as well. So.
And Dante Moore, and Julian Sayin.
Which, you know what? If you ask me what quarterback who gets paid that much has probably earned that, Dante Moore.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think he's the best
if he'd have
quarterback.
gone pro last year, he'd have been in the first round.
Yeah.
He'd been, and like I said,
he may have been the first overall pick.
$54 million contract. Yeah. Why he didn't go, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean,
I would have gone ahead and made the jump.
Well, let's hope it pays off for him.
Yeah, I do too.
A running back. Now and again, this position's kind of fallen out of favor a little bit. But if you had to guess, what do you think the average is for a running back?
Not what they're getting for a quarterback. It's not even a valuable position in the pros anymore, really.
No, it's not even close. I mean, it's another glorified wide receiver spot, really. $300,000 to $800,000 for a running back, which I don't know, man. I still think you need a running back. You got to figure. I mean, you can't throw the ball every.
You need it in the college ranks more than you do in the pros.
Absolutely,
because you've seen the pro teams take guys in the college ranks that were kind of serviceable running backs that weren't exactly stars, and turned them into
superstar wide receivers,
workhorses in the backfield for them. I mean, it's amazing. It's not like you're drafting a Tony Dorsett or a Barry Sanders anymore. Right. I mean, or even was it Henry too?
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, that was a beast.
Absolutely. All right, wide receivers.
Those are going to be on the higher end, I think, because that seems to be where all the money's at these days.
I was surprised at the low end.
Yeah,
$400,000. And it says $400,000 to $1 million. Obviously, there are extreme outliers here at wide receiver too. But I think what it is, it's because you have to pay 4, 5, maybe 6 guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking serious money because you're not paying the 7th and 8th string wide receivers.
Yeah,
$400,000. You're just not. But that's what they're saying. That $750 seems to be about normal. And this to me is underrated. Tight ends.
Yeah, they're not on the high end list, but you think back in NFL in the last 10 years, and the impact that the really good tight end, not the one that just blocks, but the tight end / wide receiver, that can block and catch a pass, run a really nice route.
Ask Tom Brady.
Yes. Those guys can make or break you. You've got to have one on every team now in order to succeed.
Absolutely. I've always said Tom Brady made $1 billion dinking and dunking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who you dink and dunk to is your tight end. So, I mean, $300,000 to $600,000. I know it's college. Please don't call in and go, they shouldn't be making this kind of money in college. We know. We
totally agree.
It's just, I think that's on the low end side. I mean,
I would agree, but that's what in college they're doing with them, though. You don't really see them doing a whole lot in college with a tight end anyway.
Which is strange.
Yep, but they get to the pros and then become superstars. That's when you run into you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh,
Julian Edelman, I think.
Yeah, well, Edelman was more of a wideout.
Yeah,
he was more of a little small back.
Right.
But you're on the right team.
Yeah.
What's his name? It's so funny.
Gronk.
I mean, Gronkowski. He was one in college you didn't know a lot about.
Right.
You knew more about the other one, too, just married Taylor Swift because his brother and he were just characters on a Cincinnati team.
Right.
But when he gets to the pros, he becomes a star because he can catch a ball.
Yeah.
You know? That's when he made his money.
It was the kid from South Carolina that went to the Ravens.
Oh, yeah. Another one. Red Thor. I can't think of his name. He's out right now, but they've had a couple of big tight ends like that were serviceable in the pros.
Yeah.
But that's where they make their money. They're not making it in college so much, but
right. Offensive lineman, why do we undervalue this position so much? Because your quarterback ain't bleep without an offensive lineman.
Well, you're right. But you look at that range in the article, and that range starts higher than the wide receivers.
Yeah, $400,000 for the guards and centers, all the way up to $1.2 million for offensive tackles.
You'll see that change.
Yeah. I think maybe it's because quarterback is 1 and offensive line is about 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess spreading that money around, that if you had like 6 quarterbacks on the field, I'm pretty sure that's probably what quarterbacks will be making too.
Right.
So, yeah. Switching sides real quick. Defensive side, edge rushers, again, another position I feel is undervalued. I mean, it's your edge rushers that can make or break your defense. Obviously, guys like Dylan Stewart are going to be outliers, but $500,000 to $1.2 million.
I would expect to see that go higher.
Me too.
You were talking about Hayden Hurst too, by the way, earlier.
Yeah, Hayden Hurst. Thank you. No, go ahead.
No, say with the edge rushers, you're definitely going to see that go up in price as they go and as they get shortage, because you and I both know football is a very cyclical sport.
Yes, it is.
By position and by geography and by team. You're going to have some years where those edge rushers are going to be leaner. You're not going to see as many. Then you'll see that range go up big time.
Yep.
Because it said right there that Dylan Stewart, there is no limit.
No.
On Dylan Stewart.
No, there isn't. And he's going to make that's a guy that's going to, he doesn't matter how much he makes in college. He's going to make at least twice that in the NFL. I mean, he might be one of the best ever. Let's take a phone call. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, what do you get when you put 2 sports talk radio hosts in a shoebox?
Don't know.
A pair of loafers.
Oh, wow. That was ugly.
Wow.
I was playing. How y'all doing this morning?
We're all right.
Yeah, we're good.
I think Dylan Stewart is way he impressed me last year when he got out there hurt and he didn't have to.
Yep.
And that shows that he has a hunger and a desire to play for the university, and that's what's lacking in college football.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That they're all about the dollars. I don't have to play if I'm hurt because I'm already getting paid. He was getting paid, but he still wanted to get out there and play. I think that says a lot about him, says a lot about what size heart he has, because it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the heart of the dog that's in the fight. And I believe he's got a good heart and is in the right place. And if his stats would catch up with his ability, he will have a monster year.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. And it's like I said a minute ago. I think Dylan Stewart's one of those guys you could literally pay him $1 billion in college and he'll make 2 in the NFL. Because this is going to be a guy that you're going to talk about 10, 15 years down the road.
As long as he stays healthy.
As long as he stays healthy, yeah.
I hope so. And I believe they brought in the guy from Tennessee, and they got the guy that got from Texas A&M to be his second year.
Yeah.
I think our defense will be like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
If we could play like we played 2 years ago on defense with Tonka Hemingway and them guys, I think that our offense will be much improved this year.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think you'll see a change for certain in the defense, but it shouldn't take every other year to reload that defense. They've got to get in the habit of doing it every year.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Well, the guy in Indiana, he's done set the precedent for what success could be in the new NIL era.
Oh, yeah.
And whoever doesn't live up to that precedent, I don't think they're going to be around much longer, because a lot of the older coaches are already quitting and retiring because they said they just can't keep up.
Well, I think he definitely changed the way they measure it. Instead of getting a calendar now, you have a stopwatch to measure your success at a college or a university playing ball.
That's a good analogy right there, Woody. That's good.
I'll say this, though. I wonder how much longer that they can keep that up.
They can't.
Yeah.
You're going to eventually run out of talent.
Well, it's not just that. I think it's the Alabamas of the world, the old powers of the world, they figure it out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Might not be, but it might take them 3 or 4 coaches, but they figure it out eventually. and then you're back to old money, is going to rule new money every single time.
Well, it was just like everything was tempo.
Mm-hmm.
And now what we're seeing in the new reports like we just talked about.
Right.
The new is
Slow
time
it
of
down.
possession, slowing the game down, running fewer plays, taking more time in between the plays, because if you keep that tempo offense off the field, they don't score.
Everything old becomes new again.
There you go. It's just back to an old strategy, ball control.
I was watching a war movie the other night, and it's about the war in Ukraine, what it's like, and then I have the swarm of drones and all this kind of stuff. It's a whole new type of warfare. But what if they decided to go back to World War II technology and start using flak guns like they used to shoot down the bombers with?
Right.
That would take down a bunch of drones all at once. And what you're saying, the old technology sometimes can defeat the new technology because pen and paper still work.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes all this new strategy and everything can be defeated just by the basic principle. What do you call the basic fundamentals of football?
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, again, with what we were seeing with the new changes and the way some of the offenses are being run, the tempo, you're still going to have some tempo when you're doing matchup, when you're playing helmet
Right.
or fit type football. If you got the advantage, you want to be on the field and you want to be moving that ball quickly as you can, keeping them on their heels. But at the same time, once they get the ball back, they can just eat the clock up. And we used to see that a lot.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, especially in football.
Yeah.
It's such a reactionary game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think, if you really fast, but if you can't move the ball, you're just going to get off the field really fast, and all it's going to do is wear your defense out.
Exactly.
So, you can go ahead and snap as many plays as you want to, but you got to have progress. You got to gain 3 or 4 yards every play to make sure that's successful. Yeah, you got to stay ahead of schedule. That's right. Anyway, appreciate the time, gentlemen. Love the show, as always. Woody, I got you a spot saved on the tournament.
Good deal. I was telling somebody last night I got to get my application into you.
Did y'all want to do a whole sponsorship like y'all did last year?
We may be up to talking about that.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
Can't tell all my secrets on the air. Gracious.
I got you, brother.
I'm picking.
I appreciate y'all, man.
All right. Thank you,
man.
sir.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
You too, Lee.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 843-407-5812. That's the number to get in. 843-407-5812. Shall we continue?
Sure. We're up to what, defensive tackles now?
Defensive tackles. 500 to $1 million. About right.
Yeah.
About right. Now, this is kind of weird for me. I know that linebackers are kind of not sexy anymore. You really want to save that money. I know you really want to save that money for the secondary, but $300,000 to $700,000?
Yeah. It's kind of surprising, isn't it? For what used to be such a heralded position. I mean, everybody was looking for the next LT.
Right.
That's what you look for. And now it's going toward the linemen and toward your edge rushers, especially. Those are what's sexy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was kind of surprised at that number. I would have thought you'd have paid a little bit more for a linebacker, too.
But you would also think some of that money would go to the secondary, but it looks like it's not.
No.
$900,000 is the ceiling for your secondary. So you're going $300,000 to $900,000 for your secondary. I mean, I remember a time when, safeties were the new linebackers for crying out loud.
Yep. Everybody wanted the big Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
That's who you wanted.
Who was the guy for Baltimore that everybody absolutely loved? And I can't remember his name right now, but.
Yeah. I might have to look that up now. You're driving me nuts.
Yeah, no, it's going to drive us crazy until we figure it out. Don't worry.
That is surprising to me because honestly, especially with your corners, those are a big deal. I mean, you got to have a guy big enough to challenge the tall, lanky wide receivers, which it always seems like Ed Reed.
Ed Reed,
That's it. Thank you, Stevie Ray. Steve, man, I'm telling you, man. You ask for something and Steve delivers, man.
Yeah, I remember. Gosh. But I remember everybody wanted their own Ed Reed.
Yeah, you're right. But you've got to have that guy that can be able to hang with the lanky, fast deer they've got out there running at wide receiver. But that guy's also got to be able to come up and hit somebody,
right,
and stop a run. So I would have thought cornerback and safety might have been a little higher than what it was. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because cornerback seems to be the one that everybody was struggling with. And
right.
when South Carolina was in their prime playing better football back in Spurrier's days, that was one of the big things I always said. Yeah, it's great to have that big defensive leader on the line somewhere, that mean linebacker. That's great and all, but I want one of my defensive leaders is going to be that safety. That safety that's going to come up and just pop somebody, knock them out their cleats and their helmet. He sets the tone. That safety sets the tone for that defense, in my opinion, especially when you start throwing balls out there across the middle or, somewhere around the corner where that safety can kind of come up on them and catch them and really lay the wood to them. That's who sets that tone. And if you don't think the other wide receivers and tight ends seeing those hits don't see that and don't think about it when they go out for a pass, you're sadly mistaken.
Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore sets the tone, and he did. I mean, and that's the kind of guy I would want. So I would want to pay a little more for my safeties and my corners because those guys make a huge difference in a ball game, especially in light of pass-happy quarterbacks.
Right. I mean, and that was the thing I remember, not as much in college, but when he got to the pros, Gilmore, and he was a Frisbee catching dog on defense.
Yes, and he was the top cover corner and safety for a long time. So, just definitely a guy you want to have. I would have thought, though, that the corners and safeties would have gotten a little bit more. They would have been a higher range than the linebacker.
Right. No, that I agree with you on. I thought if linebackers were going to get $1 million, there's a position probably gets $1.5 million.
And this is one of the most bizarre combos you thought you'd never have. This was definitely not on your bingo card. How much is it per position for a college football player? If you think about all the years of, they can't make money. And now all of a sudden we're talking about it by position.
By position, yeah. By the way, if you're curious, which about 4 of you are, kickers, punters, kickers and punters usually make $50,000 to $200,000, and long snappers make about $10,000 to $50,000. In all fairness, you need a good kicker, you need a good punter. You can probably convert somebody to a decent long snapper, so you're probably not prioritizing that position very much.
Listen, if I've told several parents picking them, we don't want our son to play football or whatever, and I've told several of them on the team, you want to go play college football? You get over there and practice that long snap. They can't stack anybody above you because you're not looking, basically. They have to protect you. I mean, that's a surefire way to get yourself on a squad.
Yeah.
Is to be able to fire that ball back there.
And you can be off the field 60% of the time.
That's right. I mean, you watch those guys. I watch them. We'd sit close enough to the field level to be behind the teams. And every team, South Carolina have 3 or 4 on the sidelines over there at the home games that are just practicing long snaps, either for punts or for extra points. And that's all they do. Yeah. 2 of them never make it onto the field.
No. But you get a scholarship.
They're out there playing ball. They're on a team. They're running out. And they travel with the team. I mean, that'd be a great way to take in. So, I would tell any of the kids that now. Those that are even on active squads in high school, don't think you're big enough to go play college ball? I say nay. Go practice that long snap.
Go get the long snap, baby.
I'm telling you, work on the long snap.
Yeah, you might not make a lot of money, but I mean,
a guy who worked for Jostens when I was in high school. My junior year, we got to order our rings, high school class rings.
Oh, yeah.
And he's sitting in there with his coat and tie on, and he had this big old ring on his finger. And I looked at him like, what ring is that? He played in the Gator Bowl. He was the long snapper for South Carolina.
Wow.
He was not a big guy. And I'm sitting here thinking, you were the long snapper on the line?
Yeah.
And, I mean, he was alone. And back then, they weren't as protected as they are now.
Right.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool. So, anyhow.
Awesome. That's actually awesome.
Go practice that long snap, kids. I'm telling you. You want to play college ball or play high school ball?
Get on that
practice
long snap.
That long snap.
Get on that long snap today. All right, we come back. We'll talk about the biggest villains that we got in college football. Back in a minute.
Earned history, chased glory, lived consequences. 500 miles against the Lady in Black. A NASCAR Crown Jewel Too Tough to Tame Labor Day Weekend Classic. The Cookout Southern 500. The chase for the next NASCAR Cup Series champion starts here. The NASCAR Chase Weekend at Darlington Raceway, September 5th through 6th. Get your tickets now at darlingtonraceway.com.
When it comes to commercial real estate of the PD, local experience matters. PLC Commercial is a locally owned firm specializing in brokerage, leasing, property management, and development. We help business owners find the right space and investors make confident decisions. Whether you're expanding, relocating, or investing, trust the team that knows the PD. Visit plccommercial.com or call 843-702-9685. PLC Commercial. This isn't just our market, it's home.
Nothing says tradition like your hometown Piggly Wiggly. Take it from the pig. When it comes to value and freshness, you can't beat Piggly Wiggly. They've been bringing home the bacon for millions of American families for over 100 years. Today, they're one of the best known and best loved brands in America. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly today and take home the freshest meats, vegetables, and produce, along with great deals on all your favorite brands. Each week, the pig features new specials, perfect for your tailgating parties and family mealtime.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Navigating without a compass, eyes waiting, started to wonder. Metamorphosis, the loss of who you thought you was.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community, living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Find your why. Learn more at ymca.org for a better us.
All families are different, and some have parents or children with little to no eyesight. But this doesn't stop them from sharing the work, play, love, and laughter of family life. Eyesight doesn't define a parent, a child, or a family. What counts is being together. Want to learn more? Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
The Church of God of the Firstborn is holding their 25th annual Fall Church Golf Tournament on Saturday, October the 10th at 1 p.m. at the Traces Golf Club. This four-man captain's choice is $75 for individual or $300 for team. Dinner will be served. For more information, you can contact Lee Wiggins at 843-206-6553. Again, that's 843-206-6553.
They're like Elon Musk. Well, they're human. Game Day in the Carolinas.
There you go. There's an apropos band name for what we're about to talk about.
And this is a Ryan McGee column.
Okay, I figured it was McGee.
It sounds, when you read it, you can hear him say it.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you were reading that, you didn't tell me who wrote that column.
But you could tell.
Yeah, I was hearing it in his voice the entire time. Especially what gave it away is, well, of course it's true. Social media says it is.
That's right. It says it on the internet.
That's exactly how I heard it, too. That's right. Of course it's true, son. Yeah, social media, the tweeter machine always says it's true.
Use that. But we pick on him a lot, but I do enjoy Ryan McGee. I think he's a great writer.
Yes.
He does a really good job with a lot of the things he poses, and he's spot on, I think, for the most part. Maybe I disagree with some of the ranking levels, but he did an article about the top 10 greatest supervillains in college football history. Now, we want to go from 10 and count up, or you want to go up and count down?
Let's go 10 and count up, because some of this stuff is injustice.
All right, well, number 10, is Caleb Williams, a recent Heisman winner. He's just not known to be a nice guy.
I was about to say, can we justify this? Because, again, we're on the East Coast, so we don't get to see a lot of Southern Cal.
No.
What has put him in at number 10? He's just not a nice guy?
He's just not a nice guy. Wasn't he the one that painted his fingernails? He gets his fingernails painted, and he put Utah or whatever on his fingernails.
Well, okay, if you're going to do that.
That kind of stuff. Let's see. He cried in his mom's arms, they said here, when they were eliminated from title contention in 2023, and people still made fun of him because they hate him so bad.
Yeah, I saw that video, and I'm just sitting there going, why? Why are you making fun of this kid? I didn't know that it was just because people hated him so much. Because I can't stand that stuff.
Me neither.
Man's not supposed to cry.
I'm not a big fan of his. I wasn't, and I don't know why. I can't really point to one thing. I think it just bothered me. He got his nails done. I don't know.
I guess.
But yeah,
I mean, the F Utah is over.
That was
over the top.
I thought. If there's any team out there that comes across as not.
I was about to say, because I know guys that paint their fingernails because they're trying to stop chewing on their fingernails. And that's a good way of doing it.
Catchers in baseball do it so the pitchers can see the signals. But now they're using the other electronic devices. But we'll move on. Number 9, Deion Sanders.
Pro, yes. I don't think I would, because he really wasn't prime time until he was in the majors.
Well, they disliked him in Florida because he was a showboat.
He was but he was also.
He gets double mention because of now his role at Colorado.
Because he's a coach. Yeah.
So
and dumped 50 players. He was the first one that dumped 75 players. I think it was in the transfer portal.
He talked smack about Clemson and head coach Danny Ford. Then he snagged a punt and returned it 75 yards for a touchdown against Clemson. So. He's now bossed Buffalo down over in Colorado, and people are hating him too because, he's bringing his luggage, and it's all Louis.
It's all Louis. And you never know. He might be the next head coach at Florida State.
This is the one that it serves on both lists.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it. But he's the 8th most hated person, supposedly, by this ranking. But yet, if you look at college good guys, he's at the top of that list too.
Okay.
Tim Tebow.
And it's not his fault that he's on the bad guys list because of a lot of sinister things that Urban Meyer did. And, of course, at that time, what was it? Hernandez. What was his first name?
Aaron.
Aaron Hernandez. So you had Aaron Hernandez and the Pouncey twins down at Florida, and every time somebody, one of those three did something wrong, oh, would you go look at Tim Tebow? Why aren't you covering Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
Look at him over there. He's Mr. Perfect.
Well, I think most of it, because you can get overexposure and then you get fatigue. And I think there was a lot of Tim Tebow fatigue.
There was a lot of Tebow
Just
fatigue.
like I've gotten a lot of, I think the brothers there, the Kelsey brothers have gotten a lot of fatigue.
Oh, yeah.
People are sick of them too.
People are definitely sick.
And people got tired of Gronk, So it may have been that. And Ryan said he could have listed him higher on the list, but he has to travel with him during the college football season and he didn't want Tebow to throw him in a swamp.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Number 7 is funny. It's not really a person, but it's a group of people. And this is the thing
internet.
I read to you. ESPN is the 7th biggest supervillain in college football.
I mean,
and I'll just read it. This is my best Ryan McGee. Perhaps you've heard, but we hate your team. It doesn't matter which team that is.
We hate your team, son.
We hate them all. I'm not supposed to tell you all this, but we have meetings every week just to come up with ways to belittle and insult your favorite team. That's a lot of meetings because there are a lot of teams. But, this must be true because social media tells you that every single Saturday of every single season.
That's right, son.
There's Ryan McGee. That's classic Ryan McGee.
Yeah, that's what they tell me on the tweeter machine.
So, ESPN, yes.
I was going to do my best Marty since you were doing McGee.
But number 6, Notre Dame.
Everybody hates Notre Dame.
Except the people that went to Notre Dame. And there's a lot of people that went to Notre Dame.
You know what? That is underrated. I'm not going to lie. I would have put Notre Dame much higher on this list. Because, it's just because we are Notre Dame. We don't, it's the arrogance. We don't need to be in a conference. And then you're going to throw the conference that you're in every other sport under the bus because they politicked for a team that's in their conference in every sport.
Well,
over you.
People want to see a winner.
Mm-hmm.
They like winners. Nobody in America dislikes a winner except when they cross that line of being humble.
I was about to say.
When they're arrogant,
yep.
Not many people like them.
Everybody hates the Yankees.
I mean, I can be honest. As a younger man, I was no fan of Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Picture of success. Mm-hmm. Amazing boxer, amazing fighter, amazing showman. And you used to listen to some of the stuff he would say out there and being interviewed by Cosell and all the other ones. And he used to get on my skin. But as I've gotten older and matured and seen what he was, I have a greater appreciation for him than I have ever had.
You know, the funny thing about Muhammad Ali is
he was amazing.
He learned how to do that from a professional wrestler.
Absolutely.
Named Gorgeous George.
Yes.
And, I mean.
You got to promote yourself.
That's the whole thing, isn't it?
Right.
Like, if you walked up to Arn Anderson and said, you know what, Arn, I hated you. I hated the Horsemen. You did that to Ric Flair. I hated you. I thought you were the biggest SOB on the planet. Flair would smile at you and say thank you. Because he was doing his job.
That's right.
That's what Ali was doing. Because the number one rule is, and this is what everybody will tell you, especially in professional wrestling, you have to make people want to see you or want to pay to see you get your butt kicked.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're coming.
And that's Notre Dame. Well, this next example is another one. The 1990, number 5, the 1990 Miami Hurricanes.
Everybody, let me
with
make
good reason.
Let me make an amendment to that. I would put every 1980s Miami team on there, and also throwing in every jerk in this country who still goes, the U.
Yeah,
it's the U.
Everything is the U. Every season.
You. What I'm gonna say to that. Oh, sorry, Furman fans. I wasn't trying to steal you.
But it's funny. So they were the defending national champions coming into 1990. They lost their opener to BYU. Their only other blemish was they lost midseason at Notre Dame and Catholics versus Convicts too.
Yep.
They still believe they deserved a chance to win the national title because they were playing in the Orange Bowl that year. Instead, they faced third-ranked Texas in the Cotton Bowl. They beat the Longhorns 46-3. And they set a Cotton Bowl record with 15 penalties for 202 yards. Most of them were for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay, the reason why it's all of the 1980s, people forget that 90% of the unsportsmanlike conduct rules were because of Miami.
Yes, the long term that's what inspired the NCAA to institute a 15-yard penalty for excessive celebration.
Yes,
was because of the 1990 Miami.
They had these guys had choreographed celebrations. They'd shoot the invisible guns into the crowd.
People were calling for Dennis Erickson to be suspended. They wanted him,
poor Dennis,
kicked out of the game.
Poor Dennis Erickson, man.
He couldn't control him either.
He was such a good coach.
Yeah, he's a good guy and couldn't control him.
Couldn't control him.
All right, number 4, Brian Bosworth, the Boz.
The Boz.
I never thought he was that dislikable figure. I thought he was a character. He was colorful.
He was colorful.
But I didn't realize he'd be number 4.
Then why isn't, okay, I know this is an NFL list. It's a college list, so that's probably why Mark Gastineau is not on that list. But
yeah,
you know what it is? Maybe our attitudes towards the Boz, because he was, let's be honest, he was a jerk in college. I'll admit that. But I think after watching his 30 for 30, a lot of people's attitude changed towards Brian Bosworth. You didn't see him as that brash jerk, at Oklahoma. You finally saw him probably as he is, which is this kind of, I don't want to say abused kid, but he had like the sports parent, know.
Yeah. Well, he had back in those times,
and he had drug
too,
issues.
The big issue was steroids,
Yep.
steroid testing, and he failed a drug test. That's what prompted him stand on the sidelines at the ball game wearing an NCAA shirt.
Yeah.
But he turned it into the acronym National Communist Against Athletes and added on it, welcome to Russia.
Oh.
So I didn't realize he was dismissed from the Sooners. He went on. I thought he graduated and going on to the pros, but that led also to one of the classic collisions with his time with Seattle. I think is where he was.
Yeah, he was with Seattle forever.
Go back and look at the tape of his introduction into pros to him and one Auburn running back,
some guy named Bo Jackson,
and see what happens when that immovable object hits an unstoppable force. I mean, Bo Jackson absolutely rocked.
If you wanted to know what the original Bo time looked like, that's a good way.
It wasn't long after that Boz was done with NFL ball and was making bad movies.
Horrible movies.
So anyway,
with Jesse Ventura, I think in a few of them.
Now he's a lovable sheriff on the Dr. Pepper commercials.
He really is,
and he's a great guy. He's funny.
He's funny.
But
when he cleaned his life, I think that's what it is. He cleaned his life up, and everybody likes him now.
And it's funny. It's good to see people like that kind of come full circle.
Yeah, it is.
And he can make fun of himself. Number 3, another character, Johnny Manziel.
Oh, Johnny Football.
Yeah.
I mean, we hated. Was the hate? How do I put this?
Was it legitimate?
Was the hatred put in the right? Did we hate him for the right reasons?
I don't think so, because a lot of the stuff he was arguing for has now come to fruition.
Not just come to fruition, but I think you know what it was? More than anything else on the planet. He was a rich kid. This was a trust fund baby. And he didn't hide it. Because remember what his nickname was at Texas A&M? Money.
Yeah.
He came from money and never hid the fact he came from money.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people really, in the end, hated him, because he was brash and he came from money.
I think what bothered it was the fact he came from money and he was all making it a money thing, but he didn't put in the work.
Right. And he always thought he was above everybody else at Texas A&M.
And not the kind of guy you really want in your locker room.
But the problem with him was, and again, this is another reason why everybody hated him, he could out-talent just about anybody. Yeah. I mean, this is a guy, if you really want to know the walking definition of what Crash Davis used to call Nuke Lelouch all the time, $1 million arm, 10-cent head.
Yep.
That guy could have been one of the greatest NFL quarterbacks of all time if he didn't waste it.
I agreed. I would love to see what a guy like that could have done dedicated to the sport.
Yes.
And dedicated to his study and development and doing what he was supposed to do. What kind of pro career could he have had?
Yes. I mean, even he admits that.
Former University of South Carolina AD and then Texas A&M athletic director Eric Hyman said to Manziel and his parents, "You're not a freshman. You're not a sophomore. You're a Heisman." He was the first, freshman to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
I mean, that summed it all up. And I mean, that type of bravado is really what bounced him out of the league. That and it's just self-destructive behavior. He's still struggling.
Yeah. Well, he admits it. But he's another guy that I think we've kind of softened on over the years because he's trying to get his life back together.
Yeah.
Or trying to put his life together, I should say. I don't think he's ever had it together. But
he said that there were a lot of anti-heroes about that time that Manziel was out. And you think about, we had Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
And you had Walter White.
Yeah. And he reminds me a lot more of Kenny Powers than he does anything else.
Yeah. I mean, Bosworth's actions compared to Manziel, I'd say Manziel's were a lot more self-destructive probably than, I mean, as it says in the article here, if you had Bosworth now, his activities and his actions would make him look like a folk hero. And because of NIL, he could actually probably buy a ranch with all his NIL money and sell all the NCAA T-shirts he wanted.
Right.
He's right. Bosworth would have been a hero these days and times. Manziel would probably still be hated.
I would agree with that.
It's funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But one had absolutely far shining more talent than the other. I mean, Manziel was amazingly talented.
Yeah, if you didn't see Johnny Football play, I mean,
go back and watch the tape.
Yeah, just go watch some tape, man.
All right, number 2, Lane Kiffin.
Why is he at number 2?
I don't know.
He should be at number 1.
Well, I think The opening comment in his article is, the Lane train is worse at breaking up than Pete Davidson.
Hey,
he's right.
Here's what I'd like to know. Hey, Lane, how do you think Alshon Jeffrey's gas pumping career is going?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Alshon Jeffrey does get to pump his own gas into his Ferrari. Gamecock fans are never going to let Lane Kiffin live that down.
No.
Because that was the exact, for those of you who don't know what that quote was, when Alshon Jeffrey was being recruited, Lane Kiffin, who was at Tennessee at the time, told Alshon Jeffrey, if you go to South Carolina, your only career is going to be to pump gas. He was pumping gas all right. Pumping gas right by a whole bunch of NFL defenders.
Well, if you ever think that one person can't make a difference, you're sadly mistaken, because Lane Kiffin has made a game on the schedule this year in the SEC possibly bigger than the SEC championship itself.
Yeah.
When Ole Miss and LSU square off this season, that's got to be the hottest ticket anywhere.
Oh, it's got to be sold out by now.
Oh, I'm sure, but I'm just saying, there's going to be no bigger buzz around that game than anything else this season, I don't think, until you get to playoffs.
See, this is why I wish CBS does the 3. You know that would be the 3:30.
Oh, of course.
That would be the 3:30 at CBS that week.
Personally, I won't see that one in prime time. I might build a bonfire in the backyard. I might invite a bunch of people over. I think it's
Is that game in Oxford?
I think it's in Oxford.
Oh, that's what you need. You need a bunch of liquored up kids in Oxford, Mississippi.
And that's week 3. They go to Ole Miss. Week 3.
Tell me that game's at 7:00.
Yes, the night of. So it's going to be a night game.
You're going to have a bunch of kids in Oxford, Mississippi.
Toe up
from the flow up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Not to mention your normal liquored up crowd from LSU that comes rolling in. They may need SWAT.
They probably do. The National Guard's going to be sent in. All right, who's number 1?
Number 1. I can see it, but I don't. Number 1 is a little strong. Steve Spurrier, of all people, the head ball coach.
Well, you can't spell citrus without UT.
Well, that's one of the things they cite. He said things like, can't say spell citrus without UT, Free Shoes University.
And you know what else? We'd love to play Georgia. Got to play Georgia about first couple weeks of the season, have teams suspended. But see, that's the whole thing. It's not that Steve Spurrier is a horrible human being, because I don't think he is. I think he's a decent human being.
He's a fantastic human being.
But,
I've met him.
Yeah.
I thought the world of him.
He's kind of like me, very introverted.
Well,
I'll say that.
Yeah, he's a quiet guy for somebody that is so outspoken.
He's a pro wrestling type of heel.
Mm-hmm. Well, he doesn't forget. Spurrier takes notes. And a lot of the reasons he gave the UT such a hard time is because he's from Tennessee, was not recruited by Tennessee.
He was from Johnsonville, Tennessee, but what's the team he hated the most?
Tennessee.
Nope. Georgia.
Well, he played at Florida, so
But do you know why he hates Georgia?
Had something to do with his playing career, didn't it?
Georgia knocked him out of that game.
That's right.
And it cost him the Heisman.
Yep.
And like you said, Spurrier don't forget.
He takes notes.
He took, and especially when he was at South Carolina, or let me say it, Steve Spurrier. But when he was at South Carolina, he took great delight in beating Georgia. I mean, that was his mission every year. Forget Clemson, forget everybody else. He's gonna beat Georgia.
Yeah. And probably the best way to sum it up, too, is the quote Ryan McGee left in the article here at the end. His former quarterback, TV host Jesse Palmer. He said, there's no greater example in history of college football of a guy that if he was your coach, you love him forever. But if he was not your coach you hate him forever. So,
hey.
Classic one-liner guy.
Hey, I'll say this about Steve Spurrier. Did you ever think Danny Werfel was on any other? If Danny Werfel was on any other team, would he ever win the Heisman?
No, nowhere close.
No. Only at Florida could Danny Werfel win the Heisman.
Yep. And he might be the only one. Say only at South Carolina can somebody win. He might be the only one left.
Yeah.
The rate they're going.
He took great delight winning at South Carolina too. Yeah,
sure
man, you can win South Carolina. Apparently not.
And did it the right way, too.
Yeah, he didn't. Outside of the Whitney, which really wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't him.
Yeah. All right. That time, back in a minute.
Tried to cook a simple breakfast this morning, burned the bacon, undercooked the eggs, and now your smoke alarm is filing a complaint? Yeah, it's time to leave it to the pros. Start your day the tasty way at Venus Restaurant and Catering. We're serving up sizzling bacon, fluffy pancakes, and hearty home-cooked meals made fresh every morning. At Venus, we serve comfort food with a creative twist. Whether you come in for breakfast or lunch, it's always fast, fresh, and satisfying. Planning an event? Let us cater it. We can handle any event, big or small, fancy or casual. You tell us what you want, and we'll bring the flavor to you. Let us take the stress off your plate. Fuel your day the Venus way, where every bite feels like home. We also want to thank everyone for letting us serve you with love since 1977. Venus Restaurant and Catering is serving up smiles Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I'm here with Coach Carter, who just won a game against their biggest rivals. Tell us how you're feeling, Coach.
I'm feeling great. This was a huge win for us tonight, and we couldn't have done it without every single member of the team. It's kind of like FTC's roster of services. Now there's a winning lineup. From internet and wireless to phone, security, and TV, these team players all play a critical role in making FTC your all-in-one technology company.
Now that sounds like a winning combination.
Get in the game with FTC, your all-in-one technology company. Stop by a local FTC store or visit ftc.net.
Hey, I'm Mary Gail Zach with Mr. Sparky. For years, families have watched my brother and I grow up, but I wasn't just growing up in the commercials, I was growing up in the family business.
After all these years, I'm proud to say some things haven't changed. Family still comes first.
Integrity and providing excellent service is non-negotiable.
We will always bring that same family commitment to our client. Call us or book online today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888 Sparky.
When car trouble strikes, remember Tim's Auto Pro is here to make your life easier. They offer complete preventative maintenance and full automotive repair on most makes and models, including imports, at rates that won't break the bank. Is your AC on the fritz? They can service it. Need a front end alignment? They got you covered. Tire pressures monitoring system acting up? Go see them. When life gets busy and car trouble strikes, remember Tim's Auto Pro, the only place to go. 2685 Peach Orchard Road in Dalzell. Online at timsautopro.com.
Every day, we see heroes who walk among us. They don't ask for praise. They don't seek the spotlight. They served our country, defended our freedoms, and came home to build our communities. Wake Up Carolina, in partnership with MPD Electric and Pepsi of Florence, is shining that spotlight where it belongs with Honor a Vet. If you know a local veteran, tell us their story. Go now to honoravetsc.com. That's honoravetsc.com. Each week, we'll select a veteran to join us in the studio on Wake Up Carolina. Share their journey, their courage, their laughs, and present them with special gifts from our sponsors, including a gift bag from Pepsi of Florence. So nominate a hometown hero today at honoravetsc.com. Take 60 seconds, make a lifetime memory for a special vet. And from all of us at Community Broadcasters, together with our title sponsors, MPD Electric and Pepsi of Florence, thank you for your service and for the freedoms we cherish. Honor a Vet. Nominate now at honoravetsc.com.
In mid-2017, we received the news that nobody wants to hear your child has cancer. St. Jude made us feel that everything was gonna be alright. It's like an army of people working together, following the same dream, which is getting 100% success rate for curing childhood cancer.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
It's that time of the week, son.
Yes, it's our time for our Idiot of the Week segment, brought to you by Rob Weiland and Men with Shirts. If you need a logo and you got a small business and you need on a hat, a cup, a koozie, a keychain, a bumper sticker, it doesn't matter. Rob can do it, and he can do it affordably. Give him a call, 843-260-1105. Check out his Facebook page, aptly titled Men with Shirts, or his website, menwithshirts.com. He's a small businessman's friend, and he can save you money. He's got a great personality, he bathes regularly, and he's an all-around good guy.
That's what we like to hear.
He's our sponsor for this segment.
All right, you go first.
I'm going to Florida woman Mom took her little girl to Target and forced her to steal Lysol, earrings, and candy inside a pink backpack while the mother swiped self-tanner, Coca-Cola,
no swiping.
and other items.
Swiper, no swiping.
She took her 9-year-old daughter to Target and forced her to steal Lysol, earrings, and candy. And she stole Coca-Cola, self-tanner, some organic sugar, and a few other items. She's 48 years old, Lisa DeBenedictis. She's charged with petty theft and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
So, remember there was a viral video a few years ago of a CEO that put 900 people on a Zoom call.
Oh.
And said, well, if you're on this Zoom call, you're fired.
I thought you were going to tell me about a CEO on a video at a concert, Coldplay concert, but never mind.
Let's fast forward.
You went there.
Let's fast forward 5 years. That CEO, Vishal Garg, has got his karma as he's been ousted
Good
as
for
the
them.
CEO of Better.com. So the man who fired 900 people over Zoom is now begging for his job back.
I should tell him no over Zoom.
Oh, how delicious.
Or better yet,
irony can be.
Put it on to a passenger pigeon or a carrier pigeon and send it to him that way. Make him draw it out.
You know what? Put it on YouTube.
Why not?
Put it on YouTube.
Just have film the entire staff yelling, no, in a video and send it to him.
You're fired.
What a jerk.
You said Vince McMahon. Yeah.
That's just terrible.
Yeah. All right. Oh, for Woody, I'm Matt. We'll see you next week.
Hello, everybody. I am Donnie Daniel with Daniel Wealth Management. In a world of constant change and evolving market, finding a partner you can trust is crucial for financial success. At Daniel Wealth Management, we understand the importance of growth, not just for your investment, but for your future and your legacy you'll leave behind. Our team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized strategies that align with your goals, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for a home, or investing for your children's education. With our tailored approach, we'll help you navigate the complexities of your